Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for your patience with the late start to this Q&A. The healing went long, so that's the way it goes. My name is Janet Wright. In case you don't know, you are welcome to watch this Q&A live. Even if you don't know me, it's not like a closed special group of, magical people. Anyone can participate. One question per person, posted at the start. Please do not directly address a specific other person. Like that can kind of creep people out. Don't answer other people's questions. I'm the one. You ask the question, I answer the question. That's how this works. I am an energy healer, reader, and teacher. So I teach people basically how to be present and use spiritual techniques in a daily way to have a good life. Basically. So I'm going to start with these questions. Someone says, "Hi, Janet. I am wondering how my husband did since it's his first time participating in a healing masterclass," which is the healing we just did. Yes. Let me. Anything I could help with him to get the best results? Well, he was in good company because there were a lot of, telepathic consent participant is when the person doesn't know consciously they're getting the healing, but I ask their spirit and they're like, "Oh yeah, I need it," and so they get the healing. So your husband got the healing, but a lot of people's relatives were getting healings that don't usually meditate at all ever. So he did release a lot. He his sponge for 2020 was like really full and gross. But now it's fine. So I think just give him his space, which you could say for any guy really. Just like when you talk to him, if he's sort of looking out a window, don't be like, "Look at me when you talk to me," just let him have his space. Just let him chill. Because I think right now he's releasing, geez, he hasn't released this much since like high school. so so he may seem kind of stoned, but hopefully it's like a happy stoned. Like if you feel that he's cranky or anything, you could just say, "Angels, can you help his grounding?" "Angels, can you help my husband's grounding?" Because he's pretty good with working with angels right now, because the healing, there's a lot of that. So he, on a subconscious level, he gets it right now. So that's the only thing, is unblocking his grounding. So you could proactively just a couple times for the next few days, say, "Angels, please help unblock my grounding. Please help unblock my husband's grounding." That's pretty much it. Just let him be. Yeah, that's it. But he did great. He's releasing so much. It's funny. Okay. Someone says, "Hey, Janet, I work on my spiritual path daily, but lately I've noticed there's a smokiness to it that I can't seem to clear." So smokiness, weird things like that, it's usually beings. Um, yeah, I think it's just one big being that's creating a smoke on your path, and you're like, "Oh, that's so weird," because it's everywhere. Bees, they're tricky. What else have they got to do, So they just they figure out these tricky things. See, I think that's just one being. Even when I ask my angels to remove beings and people, what's going on there? Yeah, it's just one being. I think it's just like it happens a lot, and so the angels are like, "Well, let's let her ask Janet." So she learns consciously. So yeah, it's just, yeah, you go. So then, okay, so you got rid of that. So then now it's just like on your spiritual path. So for everyone else that doesn't know, you can clear your spiritual path at any time. You just imagine, the road that's just for you, that represents what you're meant to learn and, experience in this life. And the more you clear it off and heal it, the easier things are. So you still learn what you're meant to learn, but it's just not as, uh, there's less drama, less unnecessary complexities and heaviness. right? So you still learn. That's the point. You still have challenges you're meant to have, but not the extra stupid stuff that you don't have to have. So there is a video where if anyone wants Janet Wright, if you search YouTube for Janet Wright, clear path, no, clear punishment, own path. That walks you through some stuff. But anyway, yeah, I would say the sky of your path, like, it should be like, blue open skies kind of thing, sun coming down, and it's just got like a lot of caked on energy blocks. I think it's fear from your mom. It's just like her fear and her resistance is like creating this like hard sort of like cloud mush up there that's just old energy from your mom from when you were a kid, and she would just kind of vent to you a lot when you were like 3 and 4 and 2 years old. So yeah, I would say yeah, so just work the sky. Okay. I hope that helps. Someone says, "Hi, Jana. I think my husband has mild Asperger's. Am I correct? He is sensitive to overstimulation, as in bright light and being in crowds. As after repairing aura and unblocking grounding, can I do more?" Okay, well, first of all, I'm not like I don't have enough knowledge of what Asperger's is. I haven't worked with enough people who have Asperger's to be able to diagnose in any way for that. So cannot tell you. But also, your husband, you didn't tell me his name, and that really helps me to see him. So just FYI, guys, like, of course, it's a little late because everyone already posted their question. But if you're asking me to read yourself or somebody else, and I don't know your first name and your last initial, at least, because that usually helps me. But if I just look at him without his name as best I can, yeah, I mean, I don't know what label we would give him. But when he's in crowds, he pops out of his body. He just has a lot of triggered fears, and he loses his grounding. So, I mean, yeah, I have no idea if it would be what you would officially call it, but how you could help him on a practical level. I think maybe you're not noticing it when he needs aura repair. Because if I look at when he has a more extreme reaction to being in crowds, he has pretty bad aura repair before he got into the crowd. And so therefore his ability, because when you have your aura nice, it's like you have your own little world inside. So you're around people that have drama, but you don't. So it's a lot nicer and easier to go through life when your aura is really nice, your grounding's really nice, you're just sitting in, chilling in your own little world, you know? So if you have a lot of damage to your aura, it's like, wow, you're kind of in the same soup that everyone else is in, and it's just like, ugh. So I think aura repair is really, you say after repairing aura and checking grounding, but I think you're missing a lot of times when he needs aura repair. Could you do more? Yeah, but I think you're missing the aura repair part. And I think too, you could do like blanket exercise with him. That could be cool. Like I don't know if he's consciously open to any of it. So you could just do it on a spirit level with him, like do it on yourself first, get yourself really present, say, "Angels, help me with boundaries," but then just imagine him and just see if his aura's all messed up, and then say, "Honey, you don't even have to repair his aura. You just have him ask his angels," because that may even be more empowering for him, because then it like helps his spirit memory to be like, "Oh yeah, I just asked my angels and it worked." So just be like, even though you're watching and you're ready and you could do it, you would just say, "Honey, can you ask your angels, if you want, you can ask your angels to repair your aura right now, because look how much you're missing." And then just watch him do it, and then watch it happen. And then same thing with the grounding, you can point out, and the whole back half of your grounding is blocked, so you can ask your angels to help you unblock that right now. And then just watch that get fixed. See, so like you didn't actually do it, but you're encouraging and reading what needs to be done. And so but then he's asked his angel, so it's just his learning would be greater that way. And then you could do blanket exercise with him. Just be like, okay, well, create a gold blanket out in front of you and have him do the blanket, and then just be like, pile onto it whatever bothers you, whatever scares you, whatever bothers you, whatever stresses you, whatever annoys you, and then just be like, angels check your pile, having your angels check your pile. And then you can use gold fire, gold water, and that you could send some gold too while he does it, and then until the pile's gone. And if there's anything left on the pile, just have him say, angels, can you help me clear that? So that's something you could do with him, is the blanket exercise. And for other people that don't know, blanket exercise is a video. It's like 11 minutes long. Janet Wright. If you search Janet Wright blanket exercise, you'll find it. It's just an easy way to clear stuff. Okay. Someone says, hi, Janet. Is there anything that bothers me but I don't notice? Any advice, angels, message would be appreciated. I'm a participant. My name is HK. Thank you so much. Yes. Yeah, I would check your fifth layer more. It seems like you have people that just sit there and kind of talk to you a lot, like family members and like one friend. And so like it seems like there are parts of your fifth layer that you keep clear, and there are parts of your fifth layer that you typically do not. Like you have bleacher seats on them for friends to show up and just chat at you all day. And it's gonna be pretty distracting, subconsciously. So if anyone wants a video of walkthrough, you just search Janet Wright, fifth chakra, fifth layer healing. And I'm outside in that video. You know that one though. And you probably could just do it without the video. Just imagine, okay, get grounded, get present, and then be like, okay, well, here's my fifth layer, fifth chakra, fifth layer, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth layer. And just, be like, oh, here's where everybody is. Oh, okay. And then just clear everybody out. Be like, go talk to your angels, guys. Go talk to your angels. Go talk to your angels. And just get everybody out. But I'm thinking that on a regular basis, like even just, you could clear that out twice a day, because it's just not your default to keep everybody out and just have your own peace of mind and inner reflective space. So I think there's a lot of potential for growth there, to just keeping that for yourself. Someone says, so thank you for your question. I hope that helped. Someone says, feeling great after the healing. Oh, good to know. Thank you. How are my boundaries with my family lately? I moved closer to them last summer. Thanks. Especially on the astral, your boundaries are much better. You're like more willing to just go. Like on the astral, the astral, for those that don't know, it's a level where part of your spirit is always there, but when you go to sleep at night, that's why there's that phrase, astral travel. So when you go to sleep at night, your astral body that is normally in your physical body when you're awake, goes to the astral, and so it's astral travel. So when everyone's like, have you ever astral traveled? It's like, well, yeah, every damn night in your sleep you astral travel. I mean, that's sleep. Your astral body goes to the astral. But anyway, so you can be around other people on the astral, or people in like a sort of a more invasive astral location where there's a lot of, maybe addiction energy or conflict energy, or you could be around people where it's a much more like angel maintained space. So it's like more calm and meditative and peaceful, or your angels could find a spot for you that's just for you, and so there's a lot of good options. But anyway, you are more likely to not let your family ambush you on the astral. And so if they try to do some intervention and be like, you need to think about getting married or whatever, you'll just let your angels dematerialize you. So kind of like on Star Trek, how, the thing and they would go, like that's how you can do on the astral, like real fast, you just, and you're not there, and so that's good to do, if someone's trying to ambush you on the astral, just your angels and you just go to like a place that they pick for you that's not accessible to the people that just ambushed you. So you're really good at that now, which is good. Because your family is really big on that. They ambush each other constantly. I don't know how they put up with that. But yeah, so much better. Um, you could do like a tricolor soak to your living space more often. Your angels just show me that would be nice. You could do that, like a tricolor soak every day. Just soak in red earth energy, bring that down, soak it up, soak it in orange earth energy, bring that down, soak it up in yellow earth energy. And then you could leave up one of the colors of earth energy all the time. For those that don't know, you search Janet Wright tricolor soak. I think tricolor is hyphenated. And that's a little 5-minute video. It's a nice, easy process to learn. Also kid friendly. Any of you that want to teach kids some energy stuff. I mean, it's all kid friendly, but that one is particularly simple. Okay, so hope that helps. Someone says, but yeah, just because you move closer to them doesn't, like people always think, well, distance is going to help, but it doesn't necessarily. So the fact that you move closer doesn't necessarily, you can have even better boundaries with them, even if you are closer physically. So, and you do, so that's good. Someone says, hey, Janet, I get whacked a lot more often lately by different people all day. Is there something I may be doing that I may be triggering the whacking? I still do conflict flowers and antagonizing signs. Yeah, antagonizing signs, for those that don't know, means that you could have signs in your aura that are, like kind of like little billboards that are like, you're an asshole, or you're, excuse the kids watching if there are any, but you could have signs in your space like you're the worst neighbor ever, or you are the worst father ever, or whatever, and that provokes the person. And it's subconscious, you spirit made it when you were really pissed at them. And so it's like this big sign there. And so every time they even look in your direction, they feel that and they see it, and then they start punishing you. So it's really nice to just go and be like, okay, fine. I may not be aware of them. I think I'm so clean and pure, but let me clear my antagonizing signs that are in my aura, and that can help reduce conflict. But okay, so you particularly, you have 2 people that tend to whack you, and I think it's more about them than about you. I don't think you're provoking it because, like you said, you're clearing the antagonizing signs. What you could do, one of them does seem to like, it's just because they get triggered in their life. And so then they'll just, who's on my shit list, and then they'll start whacking those people. So it's not exactly about you personally. It's just that they're having a harder day. And they're less grounded, and they have a ton of aura damage. So what I would say is you can think about, if helping the person to talk to their angels, just saying, oh, go, you have angels, your angels can help you today. If that's not good enough, and they keep kind of being really vicious, then you can be specific and say, like I'll say it right now to that person just as a demo. Hi, you have angels. Here you go. These are your angels, right? No, nothing bad's about to happen. Because some people, they think that angels only show up when you're dying or something, or somebody close to you is about to die. They don't understand that angels are always there. So, okay, these are your angels, and they're there every day. Nothing bad's about to happen. It's okay. These are just your angels. Okay? And they're always there to help you and guide you and keep you safe and protect you. Does that make sense? So you have some repair that you could have them do, like aura repair, chakra repair, grounding work, and that could make your life seem so much better. So you could let your angels do that repair if you want. Yeah. So, because some people, they get so stuck that maybe, okay, they know their angels are there for like 2 seconds, but they kind of stop the communication before they get any significant repair done. So then they're always like a crazy hot mad mess. So I think that's what's happening specifically with the one of the 2 people. They're pretty vicious, but that's because they're in so much pain. So, and that's very typical. If you have someone that's very vicious in your life, energetically, they're probably in just a crazy amounts of pain, because of aura damage, chakra damage, et cetera, et cetera. So that should help that person to just really, really mellow out. So then still maybe they'll whack you a little bit every now and then, but then you can just remind them, hey, you can ask your angels to repair your aura, to repair your chakras, repair your grounding, just like kind of remind them and then just see that the angels are like, thank you. You just imagine. So I hope that helps. Hope that makes sense. Someone says, hi, Janet. How am I doing on love life healing? I have done closet exercise many times and have been working on clearing past life restrictive marriage baggage. Yeah, I remember that suggestion. Wondering if there's more I can do. It's funny. Your angels show me like your living space, and they show me like there's just parts of your living space where you're like, I really don't want someone here. I really don't want someone over here. I really don't want someone here. It's like there's just parts of your home where you like, I guess maybe you live alone now. And so it's like you're thinking, like part of your spirit is like, well, that would be really cramping my style if I lived with somebody. So I think it's just that you have some of your baggage and some of your kind of vulnerable energy in different areas of your home. So I think home healing. Do home healing for a little bit. Just, make sure that you're clearing out baggage and so there's no like, because like, for example, you may have a journal, right, that you write private thoughts in, right? So that's private, right? You don't have to let your partner share that, right? But someday if you're trying to manifest a really fulfilling marriage, it's a relationship that's so fulfilling that you want to marry that person and it's long-term fulfilling, right? Then, most likely you're going to live together, right? And so you don't want like the private journal kind of energy in your whole living room or in your whole laundry room or in your whole front door area. See what I'm saying? So I think just cleaning the energy of your home and your property just a little more, maybe like twice a week would be nice. Okay. Someone says, hi, Janet. Recently I noticed I get a bit tired out when it comes to my daily healing. After the buffers, aura, grounding, chakras, and energy centers, I tend to stop. Was I less present this week? Any advice? Okay, well, I think maybe you're just boring yourself. Like your process is just a little bit the same, and I think it's nice if you could be creative and just sort of change it up a little. Like you're kind of a natural, I think it's good. It can be used for good, like you're naturally inquisitive about, why do other people do something, or, how is my energy when I'm around this person, how does that person affect me? So you can use that inquisitiveness, and be like, okay, well, I'm working my grounding, that's fine. But how was my grounding when I was around these coworkers? Did my grounding evaporate when I was around them? Did it block up in the back? Okay, why? Because that baggage is probably still there. You just don't see it. The baggage that triggers when you're around your coworkers is probably still there. So I would say use some of that awareness of other people and the curiosity of why these other people affect you so much in your energy work, spice it up a little. Be like, as you work your chakras, be like, okay, well, which chakra blocks up the most when I'm around my coworkers? Oh, why is that? Do you see what I'm saying? I would say there's this level where you're just doing like, oh, hum-de-dum, you're kind of phoning it in, and so I would say reinvent it all and make it relevant to you. So I hope that helps. You were present enough, but I think it's nice if you, particularly because for anyone wanting to be a pro someday, you got to keep things interesting and learn, push the envelope with yourself. Just don't just like, don't bore yourself. I think that's the problem. You're bored. Someone says, can see and hear you. Thank you. Someone got rid of their question. Someone got rid of their question. Someone got rid of their question. Okay. Hi, I can see and hear you. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for the healing and feedback today. I am struggling with a family member. I'm wondering how best to help her or even to interact with her. Well, I don't have names, but it does seem like this person is kind of invasive. And so that's because they're triggered. That's because they're missing like easily a third of their aura and they have a lot of chakra damage. So kind of what I demoed with that other person and their invasive person, just deal with it on a spirit level, on a subconscious spirit level, because that's the most evolved part of any of us is the subconscious part. So just, first work your energy, get yourself safe, heal your own aura, grounding, yada, yada. And then just say hi to that person and then just show them their angels. Just imagine their angels standing right by them in a row. Just be like, hey, these are your angels. Your angels can help repair your aura. They can help repair your chakras. And, maybe just do that for like 2 days. So the person, because when they get that first big healing, that's going to be a big deal. And then they're going to need to sleep and that's going to be a big deal. And then the next day you could do it again and then they can sleep again. And so by the third day, they might be at least a lot less in your space. I don't know if they're going to consciously be in love with you or anything by then, but it should help a lot. So I think on the conscious plane, there's really not much to do when someone is that damaged and triggered. Anything you say consciously will be misinterpreted. So you just work with them on a spirit level. So hope that helps. For others, there is a video that you may or may not know about. If you search Janet Wright, resolve conflict boundary issues, you'll find it. And that is sort of a way of doing what I just was talking about, kind of. Very newbie friendly. It's a 35-minute video, but it helps you to help yourself and then help your invasive person. So they're more centered and they leave you alone. Someone says, so thank you, hope that helps. Someone says, I've read we're in a special period, peak at December 21st, when transformative energies are coming and many people will awaken spiritually. What can we do or heal to better receive these energies? Well, okay, my personal context is I tend to not read astrological stuff. I mean, obviously, the 21st tomorrow is the winter solstice, so that's meaningful to me in a way, less sunlight and then there's going to be more sunlight, and then the energy of the earth, there's less. I mean, this is sort of really, layman's version of traditional Chinese medicine, but in the summer you get like a lot of good chi strengthening energy from the earth, and so around winter solstice you don't get a lot of that. So for me personally, I have to take much more careful care of my physical body because I'm not getting that sunlight energy and just that summer chi strengthening stuff from the earth. Like I use a sunlight lamp. Actually one of my lamps right now is a sunlight lamp. But the whole thing about, a lot of people are going to awaken next year, and I kind of roll my eyes at all that. I'm sorry, but I just do. I mean, I don't know. I just think that astrology is real, like really good astrology, not just like, going by your sun sign or something, but real astrology is real. But I also think that sometimes it can be used in sort of a passive way where you're like, oh, good, next year is for awakening. Oh, good. So, I can't do much now, but, after this time, then they'll be awakening. And so I'll be awake, and so it's not that none of that is real, I guess, but I prefer to just self-manage because it's like, okay, this energy of the star and the moon and the planet, it does create an energy. So it does inspire or whatever. It can have an effect, but you can have way more effect internally through grounding, aura repair, chakra repair, all that stuff. Like that's your self-regulation stuff. So, I mean, for me personally, you have like 95% potential of change through all that internal stuff. And then there's the 5% sun and the moon and what it does to the masses that don't meditate. you know, because the masses of people, they're not doing any meditation probably, you know. I mean, some of them maybe might have lifestyles that bring them closer to nature, so that's kind of meditative. And some people do what they're meant to do and they love doing, and so that's meditative too. But then you have, you know, a large portion of people that are just running around, you know, with their head cut off. And so the sun and the moon and the stars affect them 100% because they're not doing anything internally to self-regulate. So they're just sort of moved by the sun and the moon and the stars like pawns on a chessboard, you know. So that's my little 10 cents about it. So I would just say, do your thing, you know. Don't, you know, the sun and the moon, that's awesome stuff, but your stuff is like the other 95%. So what I would say is, you know, what do you need to change in your life? You know, what do you like about your life? What do you not like about how you feel every day and where you're headed? And think about what kind of self-care do you need to do to change your energy so that, you know, you do that 95% part where you can really transform. So, not really answering your question, but that's my answer. If that makes sense. So yeah, don't mean to bum you out about the next year. I mean, sure, probably the masses, maybe that is true for them. I don't know though, you know, because I know I just don't even worry about that. Because I'm worried about I think about the conscious stuff. What can you do, you know, consciously to change and heal and transform? That's my gig. Okay. So for you personally, I would just say, you know, get your aura repair more consistent, get your grounding like in the back half of your grounding, get that unblocked consistently, you know, work on unblocking your chakras regularly and, you know, being in your legs more. There's a whole video. It's really a simple video, but it's an important concept. If you search Janet Wright, Earth Energy Up Legs. Energy up legs. But yeah, I would say aura repair, grounding wide, unblocked in the back, earth energy up your legs, lower chakra presence. There's a nice video if you search Janet Wright, supersized chakras. For some reason, it's not the first result that comes up with it, but if you search Janet Wright, supersized one word chakras, that's a nice video. Supersized chakras is in the title, and it works lower chakras, it works grounding, unblocking, it works legs, so that could be nice for you. But yeah, so I work on transformation through conscious energy work versus, you know, just riding the wave of the stars and the moon, which is cool. But if you work your energy, you're absolutely going to optimize that kind of thing anyway. So I hope that helps. Someone says, hi, Janet, do you have any advice for me regarding if I should move north or stay in the area I am currently living in? Your angels just say, do what you feel. You know, do what's easier for you. You know, where can I be healthier more easily? Where can I thrive? And they say that, you know, you probably already know the answer, but somehow you have some guilt about it or something. But yeah. So you can look at, you know, if there's any, you know, if you're like one day you feel one day you feel a different way, just maybe if there's like imagine a wall of baggage that's making your clairaudience, you're hearing your angels kind of go back and forth, you know, imagine the wall of baggage that's affecting the accuracy of your clairaudience, you're hearing your angels. Okay, cool. Hope that helps. Someone says, I healed myself and I paid for my son. Yes, as a telepathic consenter. Yes. How is he doing? He shows me that sponge exercise right away. The one, it was towards the end, Archangel Ariel suggested it, where you make a sponge for 2020 of stuff, other people's stuff that you took on, and a sponge for this life before 2020. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, Abel. And then the sponge for past lives. He liked that a lot. Um, there's a lot of new energy that he's bringing in. Like towards the end, we did this part call back, bring in, where you call back your energy and then you bring in new energy of yours. He's still working that. That's something that you could help him with actually. Just do it for yourself first. Do that video call back, bring in, because that's a nice quick walkthrough. So you could do that for yourself. If you search Janet Wright, call back, bring in. And for others, I'm telling this person, she normally works her energy. So she's been working on herself for a while. So healing somebody else is not a big leap for her in a small way. So anyway, do that video, call back, bring in for yourself, and then just say hi to him, and then just imagine the far off bits of energy that are like they're not quite coming in, but it's his energy, and just ask him if he wants help with that, and if he says yeah, sure, that's okay. Just run gold light through those parts, and they'll probably start to come in, but don't like force them in or anything. um, what else? I mean, he unblocked a lot. The creative ring unblocking helped him a lot. Like we did the sticky gold wax and the creative rings, because that's a new thing for him to have more self awareness and more clarity from creative rings. So yeah, I mean, he cleared just as much as a lot of people in that healing. I mean, he kind of gets it. He's not really a newbie anymore. So he did fine. Um, I mean, how is he doing overall? I think sometimes he gets confused and sometimes he walks forward on his path. I think, like, you know, there'll be 2 days in a row where he's walking forward on his path, and one day where he kind of gets a little too blocked and he gets stuck, and so he kind of stays in place on his path. But he doesn't like go backwards or get lost on his path. He just sort of stops, like 1 out of 3 days. So maybe on that day, you just say, hey, here are your angels. And then that'll probably be enough. Something like that. Okay, someone says hi, hello back to you. Somebody got rid of their message. Somebody says, my name is Eric P. Mentioned in my blocked root. Yes, you mentioned in the healing that you have a blocked first chakra, always blocked. If you mentioned or repair, what can I do? Thank you so much. You mentioned or repair. What can I do? Thank you so much. Yeah, you can do any of the stuff I mentioned. I know I said it so fast. I apologize. So yeah, it just, yeah, anybody that doesn't consciously do aura repair most likely needs it. Like 95% of people that don't do conscious aura repair really, really, really need it. The other 5%, somehow subconsciously, they're getting it done. So you're one of the 95% that wasn't consciously doing aura repair, and therefore you need it regularly. So yeah, it's just that the video that teaches it, I would say best, because it also teaches gold buffers, which are really good to like lessen the extent of the aura damage that you get. So the video is Janet Wright. You search YouTube for Janet Wright gold energy aura buffer zones. It's an 18-minute video, Janet Wright gold energy aura buffer zones. And that will teach you aura repair and gold buffers. And then you just kind of work that, practice it. Once you get it, then there are other videos that do aura repair of mine that just say redo your gold buffers. So you would have already need to understand to do that in like 2 seconds, So that's why you do that video first. It says that teaches you gold buffers. But yeah, aura repair, and then grounding, unblocking. Like a lot of times, the back half of your grounding is either usually too narrow, or it's a little wider but half blocked. So I'd say make your grounding as wide as your whole aura. So like even in back and in front, and all the way down, in red or orange or yellow. Because I think your grounding is usually like sort of a brownish blah, so make it red or orange or yellow, because that'll allow more movement and flow. So you just recreate it with your mind at that vibration, red or orange or yellow. And then, the back, it's just, if there is a nice video, I don't think it would be too much for you. Once you get the aura repair done, get that done first. But then there's this one that it's called Advanced Grounding Cleanout. Beings is in the title too. Energy blocks is in the title too, but you don't have to type out that much. You know, but if you type Janet Wright Advanced Grounding Cleanout Beings, you'll find it. And that could be fun for you, because a lot of that in the back there is a bunch of beings, and so it could be interesting for you to be like, oh, there, I see that. Angels, please recycle that. And then it goes, and then you see more, and you're like, angels, please recycle that. And now it goes. So it could be a fun experience for you to kind of learn to spot beings and get rid of them, and your grounding will work better and better and better and better and better and better. So that could be nice. Because I would say aura repair and grounding work is, you know, that's that first base level that you gotta get to the point where it's nice every day. Because that'll allow you to start releasing stuff that you haven't released. And then that video that I already typed, supersized chakras, that could be nice for you. Supersize, one word, chakras. So you got the gold energy aura buffer zones video, and then that advanced grounding clean out could be cool for you. And then supersize chakras, because that works on your lower chakras and your legs. So, but it's all super doable. And then that way it'll just make you lighter and more flowing. So then being in your lower chakras won't be as big a deal. It's a gradual thing. Then you'll be in your second chakra all the time. Then you'll be in your first chakra all the time. You know, it takes a while to work up to it. But you can feel free to ask questions along the way under videos. You can post a question or in the Q&As. Q&As I do, these days I do 2 Q&As a month after the Sunday healings. So if you look on look on my website, the session payment page has the schedule through March right now. Although before the end of the year, I'm going to put the schedule through all of 2021 for healings, group healings. And so any Sunday healing, you know, there's a Q&A after it, unless I say otherwise. So I hope that helps. If anyone wants to be on my news email list, general news email list, you know, then I would proactively email you something like, you know, the group healings through the end of the year. You get an email about it. Otherwise, you can just check my website. But if you want to be on my news email list, just email me and ask. My email is janet@janetwrightreadings.com. Someone says, yep, I have very bad auric damage. Yeah, you do, but what's the deal, dude? Fix it. I'm going to read more of that person's comment, because he says, have bad auric repair as you know. Anything I can do to get my chakras working again? Dude, you have to fix your aura first. Oh my God. Have been having very bad headaches. They are starting from my tummy. Well, yeah, you could have both your GV and your CV aura damage, not aura repair, just to get that straight down. Yeah, okay, so one thing at a time. Your mind gets way complicated. So keep it simple, dude. Aura repair, okay? You need to be the god of aura repair. And I don't want to hear jack about anything else until you are the god of aura repair. And then you can be the god of grounding. And then you can be the god of GVCV meridian repair. And then you won't have headaches. But until then, you're just chasing your tail and going round and round and driving yourself nuts. So aura repair, and then grounding, like get that to be like you are the master of the universe of your own grounding, nice wide flowing all the way down to the ground, center of the earth, red or orange or yellow, and then GVCV repair, chakra repair. You can if you want. I think your angels would kind of take pity on you a little and nudge you along. So like if they see you doing the aura repair video, which would be that, I have a bunch of aura, I mean, any of my healings have aura repair in it. If they see you working on it and maybe you missed a spot, then your angels will help you with that extra spot. Just be like, angels, I think maybe I missed a spot. Please help me finish up my aura repair, right? And then work on your grounding. And if you miss a spot, be like, angels, help me fix my grounding. You know, they're going to help you halfway. Just keep saying angels, so your angels help you. But yeah, so aura repair, grounding, and then, you know, chakra repair and GVCV meridian repair. Because it's really the, you're talking about a headache that starts in your stomach. It's probably your CV meridian is completely ripped up, which is the stomach thing you're talking about, and then your GV meridian is totally messed up, which is really the headache source. But your aura is still ripped up, so there's no point in fixing your meridians when your aura is messed up. It's like if your roof was half missing, it's not time to fix your kitchen sink, because you don't like the handle on the sink. It's time to put the roof on the house, right? So you got to do the bigger stuff first. So that's that. Someone says, "Hi, Janet. Thank you for the healing. What can I do to progress in my journey?" Well, you recently, as you know, got a lot of damage to your energy field. You did get today's healing, and you did repair a lot before today's healing. Before today's healing, there was still a little bit of aura damage that you missed. Like there were like these sort of dagger puncture things that you missed. But other than that, you had fixed your aura, but there was like a bunch of them on the top and in the upper back, these dagger puncture wound things. Now those are healed, but just a heads up that you had missed those. Now it's healed because you got today's healing. So then your buffer zones are fine, your aura is repaired, your grounding is fine, your chakras are all repaired, your creative rings are repaired. You're not in your legs and you're not in your second or first chakras, so I would say that supersized chakras video would be nice to work. Or you could just freestyle the work. But yeah, you're kind of sitting above your legs, and there's a lot that got dredged up just because of what you've been through in the last couple weeks. So first and second layers of your aura are real tight in the front. So yeah, so I would say first and second layers work, lower chakras work, leg work. You could unblock with gold bottle brush. That's always fun. For those that don't know, there's probably a video. If you search Janet Wright, gold, just bottle brush, and then legs, bottle brush legs. It's a video where we're using a bottle brush to clean out your leg channels, which is kind of fun. So yeah, I think, you're thinking like, career aspirations and stuff, which is fine. But if you're not in your second year first chakra right now, and you have all this, old past life trauma that got triggered by what you just went through, first things first, just get yourself in ship shape. And then the other stuff can fall into place a lot better. So hope that helps. Someone says, "Hi, Janet. Any advice on what I should prioritize working on? Myself, my house, my classroom, and school? Lots of drama with changes coming in the new year and the public schools here. Thank you." Okay, so the angels had suggested for somebody else in a recent Q&A we did, because we did a Q&A that was themed. It wasn't like random like this one. And it was all about self-diagnosis. So if anyone wants to find that one, it's pretty recent, but you could just search Janet Wright QA self-assessment is what I called it. Self-assessment, Janet Wright QA, the letters QA, separate self-assessment, and you'll find it. But it was all about that kind of stuff. It was very cool. The whole thing was about how do I self-assess my issues and work on them. Go from the symptoms to action that I can take as a self-healer. But anyway, the angels told somebody to make 2 levels, and there was actually kind of 3 categories. There was top priority issues, there were secondary issues that are fun to work on, but just don't work on them more than the primary stuff. And then there was sort of time wasting stuff that at this point would just be a waste of time and a distraction. So I would say, that could be interesting. Just kind of diagram it out for yourself. Write out, okay, household projects, maybe itemize that out to like 5 different aspects of household projects. And then there's, this other thing, and there's this other thing. And then just put them on, are they top level priority right now? Are they, secondary priorities, so still a priority, but not as much? Or are they sort of time waster, don't deal with that right now? And then just use your intuition. Maybe do a little stretching or listen to nice music while you're doing it so you're more centered. So that'll help with your discernment. And you can say, angels, please help me do this. But yeah, so I would say you're intuitive enough, you're present enough, you're pretty together these days. A lot of times you're in 7 through 2, which, hello, girl. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, you could totally do that. Make it happen, girl. Okay, hope that helps. Someone says, hi, I am a healing participant. Work friends came to visit me who have different rhythms of timing and beliefs around science than me. Yeah. Want to work on maintaining loving, clear boundaries. Yeah, without getting sick, probably. Yeah, some people are like, oh, my good energy will keep me from getting coronavirus, so everything will be fine. I personally don't believe that that's how it works. I mean, I know that angels can do whatever they want, but I think angels too, they're like, wear your damn mask, and socially distance. I don't really see any angels being like, yeah, you can be like completely caution to the wind and I'll make sure you don't get sick. I don't really see any angels doing that for people. So I think those people are just sort of relying on chance, which, good luck with that. But anyway, that's my 10 cents about that. But anyway, so work friends come to visit me who have different, I mean, I guess you have control over who visits you, so you might have to just have a talk with yourself about what you put up with and what you don't put up with and what's appropriate for you to put up with. It could be that you're accepting levels of risk that your angels are not okay with, because you're viewing things the way they're viewing. You're viewing the situation the way these people view it and not the way internally you view it and not the way your angels view it. So I would just say, you can get some boundaries with that. Just, do some kind of meditation that clears everybody out, like gold sandstorm. Even just the little part of today's healing that we did that, I mean, obviously today's healing was not little, but the grounding part, the aura part, that part, you can do that part. Or I did recently, one of those walkthrough videos I've done in the last couple months. It's like probably 20 minutes, 23 minutes, maybe 14 minutes. One of them was 14 minutes, one was 23 minutes, but one of them has 17 auras in the title. That could be nice just to get everybody out, because I think we do a lot of gold sandstorm everywhere in that one. So if you just search repair 17 auras, Janet Wright, repair 17 auras, you'll probably find it. But anyway, yeah, I think that your problem is not how they think. Your problem is that you are making your safety and your views and your angels' views secondary to what these other people think, and that's the actual problem. So there's something going on in your mind where you're unwilling to offend people. You're stuck in like a people-pleasing mode, which, as an adult, there can be times when what you need is not what other people want, and you win and they don't. That's that. So I hope that helps. Someone says, wow, that is so interesting about the home healing. Thank you so much for the response and input. You're welcome. Yeah, some people actually that are married and have, they're in a couple already and they live with somebody already, that can be the source of a lot of fights, is because they have all this personal baggage like around, and then the person's like, clean this up. And then you're like, wah! Because they feel so invaded because all their personal baggage was like in whatever belongings the other person just started organizing. So I think it's good to get that done now. Clean your house. So for other people that didn't hear what she's commenting to, I had said that I don't know when I said it, maybe earlier in this live stream, just to do the tricolor soak for your home and just clean out your baggage out of different areas and different rooms of your home, so that if and when you have a partner living with you, it's not like an overly vulnerable or smushing experience. Someone says, wanted to check in on my progress and if there's anything that the angels would like me to concentrate on. So many health issues, it's easy to get distracted. Well, again, kind of thinking of our recent Q&A on self-assessment, and then we did a Q&A for others that don't know about hearing your angels. So you could search Janet Wright QA hearing angels. And there's a lot of good advice about hearing your angels more and more, because it's not just like somebody like me that hears angels. Like, everyone has that ability. You just got to get way more safe, way more present, way more unblocked. And then at first you just hear your angels as your own thought, and then you realize, like, oh wait, no, that was my angel, because it was like the timing of it wouldn't have been my thought, and it's so healthy and wise that yeah, that was my angel. So anyway, so I'm thinking about, I don't want to just tell you something, because I want you to keep progressing in your own telepathy with your angels. So I do think that that's something that you could work a little more. I think there are days when you're just so on your telepathy, you hear your angels, you know what you need to work on. And then there are days when you're like, wow, and there's like 20 things swimming through your mind, and your angels could be screaming at you and you would have no idea. So I think lately you do aura repair when you need it. You do grounding work when you need it. You're in, like, on your worst day, you're in 7 through 3. So that's not so bad. You're physically present. You're present in your physical body chakras 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. On a good day, you're in all your chakras these days, actually. So you've had it come back. Yay, welcome back. But I would say on the days when you feel like everything's, unfocused, just check your 5th chakra and chakra 4.5 and your good karma windows, and just, because you just don't have like the mental silence to hear your angels properly. So I would say that inner peace, that inner silence, that helps with focus. Like good karma windows, if they get all blocked up, you have enough safety and aura strength these days that they don't get damaged. Your good karma windows don't get like smashed, but they'll get blocked up. And then if they're blocked up, beings and people can like cord the blocks around them, energy blocks around them. So maybe you just do sticky gold wax around your windows, sticky gold wax around your creative rings, like we did in the healing today. And sticky gold wax around your chakras and your 5th layer of your aura. Just so that you're present and you have that inner silence. So it's just you and your angels, and that's it. If you're hearing like, if you have a bunch of ideas going all over the place, I think usually you just have, work clients just standing in your aura going, yeah, but I really want this. Yeah, but I really want this. Yeah, but I really want this. And so consciously you're like, wow, I could do 20 things right now. I have no idea what I should do. So inner peace, 5th chakra, 5th layer, sticky gold wax for good karma windows, creative rings, chakras, 5th layer, just get everybody out. Yeah, so hope that helps. But a lot of that good karma window, sticky gold wax stuff that I just listed off, we did today in the healing. So there will be a timestamp link, in the next day or two, in the comment section that says sticky gold wax, and it'll just be a little power time of all the sticky gold wax stuff that I'm talking about. But you could just freestyle it. You don't need to walk through to, All right, cool. Someone says hello again. Hello again. Back at you. When I close my eyes, I can only see one of my 3 creative rings. Also, I always see energy. Can you see my 3 creative rings? Yes. I also smell energy and I hear it. Well, that's nice. What I would point out is that everyone has all of the abilities that we're discussing. It's just, it's not like, you can always unblock a certain ability. The more present you get, the safer you get, that ability can unblock. I mean, except maybe like, say, the ability to like move a physical object. Maybe your angels are like, yeah, you know what? The FBI is going to visit you if you start doing that. We don't want you to do that. So your angels might block your ability to move a physical object with energy, Which, you kind of get that, But like this kind of stuff, seeing energy, talking, hearing angels, that stuff, the FBI won't know and they don't care. And so your angels are like, yeah, sure, go for it. So it's just being more present and stuff. So we all have the potential for all this stuff. Um, but anyway, yeah. So the creative rings the one that you're seeing is the one that's least blocked, and then the others have all sorts of shit wrapped around them. So you just make a copy out in front of you of your three creative rings, and then just like notice the shit. It's like a wool blanket or something wrapped around the other two that you can't see. And so just ask your angels to help you with it, because it's a bunch of beings with it too. And then just be like, angels, can you clear away any beings around this junk? And they'll clear that off, and then you can just get rid of the wool blanket stuff and everything else, and just keep clearing it out and healing it. Yeah, because they're 3 gold metallic rings. Everyone has them. They could be cracked or something. Yours are not cracked. They're just covered up with junk. So you're welcome. Hope that helps. You have already asked a bunch, so I'm going to totally ignore your question. Because you've stated like a long question already, which I already answered. All right. Somebody says, hi, Janet. I wanted to check in to see how my friend has done with the healings from these past few months. I followed your plan with a few extra healings, so I thought it would be good to check in. Yes. I need to look up. Oh, yeah, I can. Yeah, I know her name. Okay. Emily shows me the sponge exercise that we did today, because she was so shocked at how filthy her 2020 sponge was. She's like, I didn't think I took on that much. But it was really horrifically disgusting. But she cleared it. I mean, I guess you're saying overall long term, how has she been doing? I mean, with the healing, she's really on it. She gets the healing, she receives them, she unblocks, she does it. I think she's more likely to let things go now. She's less likely to take on stuff from other people. I think before she was getting healings through you paying for her to get healings, she would like just, if someone handed her stuff, someone dumped stuff on her, she would just take it on until she would get so blocked that then she would get sick, and by getting sick she would end up clearing a lot. Her body would just purge it out, the energy that she had taken on. And sometimes in her sleep, if she got really blocked, her angels would help her, because it was getting in the way of her career and stuff. But I think now she's much more dynamic about it, and so she'll clear stuff by the end of the day, and so like that idea of clearing blocks and not taking on stuff, it's more in her daily practice now on a spirit level. So I would say that's the way she's changed the most with these healings, is she's more dynamic about not taking on stuff from other people and letting go of stuff. So that's nice to see. Good for her. Someone says, thanks, Janet. You are 100% right. I was basically boring myself with maintaining my space. Yeah. If it gets boring, that sucks. Don't bore yourself. Energy work should be like fun and nifty and cool. So it's not just reinvent it all. I'll put my inquisitiveness to good use in my healing. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, someone says, hey, Janet, have I done enough healing work to attract my soulmate in the near future? Okay, so most of you know I don't use that word soulmate, just because, I don't know, people get so stuck with that, because then if they have some really nice relationship and it ends for some reason, maybe the person passes away or whatever, they're like, that was my soulmate, now I'm totally screwed, So what I think of is, a person that has long-term compatibility, to be like a long-term, really fulfilling relationship. So that's the way I think. It's something, there's like short-term compatibility, where it was like a relationship and you learned a lot, but like it's sort of, you're done, or the other person was done. And, so that's not long-term compatible, right? So that's sort of the way I think about it, is long-term compatible, fully compatible. So it's like a fulfilling, deep relationship. So anyway, so now to your, oh, and before I forget, there was a whole Q&A on love life stuff from this summer. I want to say August or September. So if you search Janet Wright QA love life, you'll find it. QA separate letters. So you're saying, have I done enough healing work to attract my soul? So okay, to attract a long-term fulfilling relationship, super fulfilling relationship in the near future? No, not yet. I mean, you know, whatever. I don't read the future, but your angels show more stuff. They show like inner wounds that would get a little too triggered if someone really, really saw you. So clear inner wounds. Just imagine inner wounds that, because if somebody really, really, if they are long-term compatible with you, then they like fully acknowledge you and they see everything about you. And that can be very jarring and unpleasant, actually, ironically, if there's a lot of wounds or stuff you're avoiding that they see. Because it's like, it just doesn't feel right. So yeah, just imagine like every day heal some inner wounds that that a long-term fulfilling partner would see. Just go ahead, imagine those wounds and heal them, you know, more every day. And if you miss a day, that's okay. Yeah, just for like a few weeks. And then your angels probably have something else for you. But you can ask your angels too. What else should I do to become more ready? You know, just keep asking your angels. You know, what do I need to do to be more ready? You know, because eventually there could be a point where you're totally ready, and just the person that they want you to meet won't be ready for like another 2 months because they have stuff they have to finish or they have stuff they have to heal or whatever. You know, so then you're just chilling out and you just, you know, do what you got to do in life and have fun in other ways, and you know that at least you're not holding things up. You know. But yeah, so the idea would be to work on being more ready for your long-term, fully compatible relationship. Okay, hope that helps. So yeah, heal inner wounds. You just imagine them like slashes on. Do your regular healing first, and then just imagine them like slashes out in front of you, inner wounds that, you know, a real partner would see, and just heal them with gold light, you know, so they all melt. And you can do, you know, a couple batches of that in a day, but then just save the rest till the next day and the next day. Okay, someone says, best technique to draw a sense of being healthy, raising immunity. So you're talking about immune system and physical health. Yeah, GVCV stuff, because you're, for context for other people, this is someone who already knows about aura repair. They already know about grounding. They already know about unblocking their chakras and getting more and more present and releasing energy continually. So, because that stuff comes first, obviously. But if you already know about all that, then yeah, GVCV meridian is the best thing for physical health. So there's a nice video. The angels had me listen to it a couple times while I was feeding my cats the other day. You'll find it if you search Janet Wright, GVCV, two different, you know, for GVCV, Janet Wright, GVCV experienced version. And do that a bunch. And then just freestyle. You know, look, just find little defects in your GV and your CV and heal them up, and imagine, you know, like a big red tube for the meridian, and just see, is there enough, is it unblocked at the bottom enough? Because your GV and CV are like half blocked at the bottom. So you unblock those, and, you know, but yeah, I mean, as far as like being around other people that have coronavirus and then you catching it or not catching it and all that, I mean, I don't know. I know that GVCV works with normal immune system problems, you know, like getting a cold or not getting a cold, you know, getting a headache or not getting a headache. Does it affect virus transmission? I really have no idea. Wei Chi auras, I guess, could technically help as well. So any, like that little walkthrough, it was probably like 23 minutes that I did in the last 2 months. If you search Janet Wright Repair 17 Auras, Janet Wright, repair 17 auras, number 17. That works, you know, the Weichi auras and repairing them. Any of my healings that I work with lately repairs all the Weichi auras, the 17 auras, the 15 Weichi auras. But I would think Weichi auras helps too. But, you know, obviously take normal precautions as well, which I know you do, and blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I hope that helps. Someone says, I have stagnant energy, foreign energy around my ears, in the back of my neck, also along my spine. What's the best way to get rid of it? Well, you have massive aura damage, so that's number one. Number one is aura repair, right? Because, yeah, you're going to have weird energy around here if you're missing, like, the back half of your aura. I mean, you're not missing the whole back of your aura, but you're missing, like, half of the back half of your aura. So that's like having an open door in your house. You know, you don't want that. So you want to just, it should be a big bubble with no rips, right? So that video that I have, so you got to get that first, and then you get good grounding, and then your detailed clearing would actually be effective. But it's like if I have my door open to my house, and then I'm like, why is my furnace not keeping my house warm? Well, you know, you have all your windows open and your door open. So your furnace isn't meant to you know, it's not magic, you know? So that's the idea. You repair your aura, keep it repaired regularly, keep your grounding flowing regularly, wide and flowing, because usually your grounding is not wide at all. It's like a thin rope kind of thing going down to the core of the earth. So you want wide grounding, as wide as your whole aura all the way down. So it stays wide all the way down, red or orange or yellow. So repaired aura, wide flowing grounding, and then, you know, we can work on getting you more and more present so that all the little things that you notice you can really, really take care of. So I hope that's not disturbing, because obviously you're aware of something, you want it to go now. I mean, you could say, angels, can you please recycle all this? You know, and they might do some of it for you. But to do really, you know, pinpoint clearing, it's better to, you know, get the windows and the door shut first. So for that, start with that Gold Energy Aura Buffer Zones video, which I already texted, but I'll say it again. Janet Wright. Okay, so it's an 18-minute video. If you search Janet Wright Gold Energy Aura Buffer Zones, you'll find it. It teaches aura repair, and it also teaches gold buffers, which are good. They help your aura to not get damaged as quickly if someone's throwing energy at you. And then once you learn that, then you can graduate yourself to any of my other aura repair stuff, because you already know the gold buffers and how to make them. So that Gold Energy Aura Buffer Zones video is fine. And then you could search, like I said, Janet Wright Aura Repair, and you'll find a lot of quicker walkthroughs that have aura repair and grounding. Research Janet Wright Aura Repair Grounding. So once you already know the buffer zones, if you search Janet Wright Aura Repair Grounding, you'll find like a nice 10-minute walkthrough where I'm outside that does aura repair and grounding work. And I mean, technically you could do like sticky gold wax around parts, you know, and just have it adhere to, you know, just make a sticky gold wax, have it adhere to any part that you feel has weird stuff around it, and then just whoosh, rip off the wax, give it to your angels. You know? And your intention is that the wax forms all in and around the beings, and so whoosh, you're pulling off these invasive beings as you pull off the wax. But like I said, you gotta, you know, fix the roof and the windows and the door and all that first. So aura repair and grounding. So if you need more, you know, like for example, doing aura repair, you know, if you haven't ever done it before, it's probably been ripped up for a long time. So you may have to do aura repair a couple times so you get it all. But feel free to, you know, once you have, feel free to comment under a video and be like, did I fully repair my aura? You know, and when you're working your grounding, you know, be like, how does my grounding look, if you want some feedback, you know, because we got to get the basics really good, you know, before any of this fine-tuning stuff is going to work well. So hope that makes sense. And this stuff is easier than it sounds. All right, somebody got rid of their question. Somebody says, hi, Janet, what's the best technique to, oh, I got that one already. I'm reading things out of order. Oh, that's because you put your question twice. Okay. Someone says, had a wedding in the family, yes, and have been dealing with guest celebration for the past week. Yes, so indie grounding. Indie grounding is where you make sure you heal the outer edges of your grounding as it goes all the way down. Make sure melt away with gold light any attachments, any people's grounding going into yours or your grounding going into them, and just keep melting that so that your grounding goes all the way down with no attachments. So I had trouble staying centered. Also got whacked more often. Yep. Any recommendations from angels on what to work on? One thing I would say is, okay, so you're very present, which, you know, kudos to you. You've been working hard. So you're, a lot of times you're in all your chakras. Maybe 7 through 2 if you're pretty whacked. But a lot of times you're in all your chakras, and you, to get that way, you have become very aware of, you know, your energy and all that, and that's great, you know. But you're kind of, you know, you're at that pro level of reading healing of yourself, right? And the thing is, I think some of what's going on is you kind of see others from that pro reading space, like not consciously, maybe you probably have it turned off consciously, but as a soul, when you acknowledge, you know, your cousin whatever who's at the wedding, you're like seeing all of them, and cousin whatever is avoiding like 30% of their energy field. They're like, ma, that's not there, I'm totally in denial. And you're like, oh, bam, look at what I see. And so the person's like, wonk, and whacks the crap out of you because they don't really want to be read like that. So you could say, angels, help me not to read people in a way that triggers them. You know, by the way, you could become a pro reader healer eventually if you wanted to, but I'm thinking because of you already have a good career or something, it's just not something you're interested in. But yeah, so there is a thing called park bench communication, and that's sort of a little bit like what I'm talking about, where some people, they just don't want that full on acknowledgement of like everything that they're about and everything that they are. And since you've been working that in yourself to get so present, you have that turned on when you see even some person at a store or, you know, some casual acquaintance. You're like fully acknowledging them, and you know, that's nice. A lot of people subconsciously, it really helps them, you know, it's a very beautiful thing. But maybe just work your intuition a little bit on a subconscious level, so that for the people that don't want that full acknowledgement, that you're doing more of a park bench communication style with them. And park bench communicating, if you search Janet Wright park bench communication, or even Janet Wright park bench, you'll probably find there are 2 videos that I did on that, at least, that talk about it. But yeah, so I would say if you work on just intuitively, subconsciously, and you can test yourself later, did I do park bench with this person? Yes, okay. You know, but that's the idea. We do park bench communication with people that are in a lot of self-avoidance and stuff, and because they don't want you to see them, and if you see them at the way that you're seeing them, they're just gonna whack you. Yeah. So I hope that makes sense. Someone says, hi Janet, thank you so much for the session today. You healed yourself, you did not get the healing. I just had my first chemo, I'm just telling myself, okay, I just had my first chemo treatment 2 days ago, and I'm wondering how the chemo may affect my auras and chakras. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just, chemo can affect your physical body. I mean, anything that physically affects your physical body. You know, you could do GVCV work to kind of help your body. You could do energy healing flowers. That's nice, you know, for your body, because energy healing flowers, you can customize them to what your body needs right now. So that could be a nice, easy thing to do. Just be like, okay, I'm going to, with the subconscious smart part of my spirit, I'm going to make energy healing flowers right now for my body. post chemo, right? My post chemo energy healing flowers. And I say, angels, can you double check these flowers? So then your angels will help you tune them just right, and then give them to yourself, and they'll go where they're needed, right? So energy healing, post chemo energy healing flowers. Have your angels tune them and give them to yourself. And you can do that as much as you want. That video callback bring in, your angels are suggesting, Janet Wright, callback bring in, because it's like they're just saying that your body's a little depleted and drained because of that stress of all that it's going through. And not just the chemo, but why you had to get the chemo. Yeah. So your body's going through a lot. And so the callback bring in, you're bringing in your life force that other people have, or that you left somewhere in the past or the future. So that helps you replenish. And also you're bringing in new energy of yours that you need to bring in. And so that helps you, replenish and feel more strengthened. I don't think you need GVCV work as much. Those are 2 energy meridians. But I think right now, just the energy healing flowers and then that callback bring in video could be nice. I think you actually are better than some people I notice about, like, because some people, if you have a big health thing like that, you tell a lot of people, well, I don't, but many people would, they tell, tons and tons of people about it. And then half those people get so triggered and they jump in their space and dump a whole bunch of stuff, which is like thoughts and prayers or whatever they call it, but it's just junk in your space. And, but you're okay with that. I would just say, a little bit extra, just wash everybody's concern out, wash everybody's fears out, wash everybody's baggage out that they, got triggered and dumped on you subconsciously. But yeah, I would say it's more of a replenishing thing. So clear everybody out. That video that I did, that short walkthrough in the last 2 months, if you search Janet Wright repair 17 auras, you'll find it. I think it's just like a 23-minute video. So that's nice for like scouring people out. And then the energy healing flowers for yourself. So I don't think there's a specific way that chemo always harms the 3rd chakra or something. I think it's a body stress that, I think a lot of people though, there's body stress and then there's what gets triggered because of the body stress, so I don't think for you it's as much of an issue, but a lot of people, like, say they've had other life-threatening illnesses in past lives and they almost died, or they were sad because their partner died from a life-threatening illness. So they have all this baggage around life-threatening illnesses that gets triggered. And so that affects them way more than the chemo affects them. So, but I think with you, you're in somewhat of a Zen space about all that. So good for you. And I would say if things get a little too intense, like physically, and you just don't want to be present and but you still want to clear energy. I do have this video, Janet Wright, out of body meditation, which is interesting, which anybody could use. Okay, I do need to wrap up very, very soon. I'm just going to look for people that I haven't read before and do a little bit of that, but not much. The person that I said they need to do aura repair and they said they're doing aura repair 24/7. Yeah, you're not finishing it. There's like ask your angels to help, because you like upper back left, you always leave a spot that's like gashed in. All right, somebody says thanks for the tips. Do my guides have anything to say? I'm gonna have to not do a second question. Somebody says what techniques would raise, yeah, I did that one already. Thank you. Happy New Year. Thank you very much. Happy New Year to you. I'm masking up, PPE, etc. What techniques? Yeah, okay, I did that one already. Thank you. I had to work on being a grown-up. Yes, Don't we all? Thanks, Janet. You're welcome. Someone says, hi, Janet. My relationship with my youngest sister is rock, and recently it has been flaring up. Please help guide what can do. Not sure what, how I'm contributing. Thanks. I believe it might be some trauma that I've not healed that she is reacting to. Well, I don't know that I know you from that initials and everything, so just a heads up, but that's okay. I can read pretty well without it. Yeah, I would say I gave somebody this advice like early on in the Q&A. It's like, it's not exactly what you're doing. It's just that your sister has a lot of aura damage and chakra damage, and she's very triggered. And so, you know, you could say Monday and she'd be like, wah, you know, throwing energy at you. So there is a video, if you just search Janet Wright, resolve conflict boundary issues. Janet Wright, resolve. That's a start. That's a good start. Because the idea is you can help her get more centered. And then when she's more centered, she will be working with her angels more. And then she'll be less triggered and less punishing to you. So that video helps you work with her just on a subconscious spirit level to acknowledge her angels so that she can get the healing she needs, so she can be less triggered and punishing with you. Hope that helps. Hi, Janet. Happy I caught your live. Yes, I'm happy too. Thank you. By the way, I've never been taught how to properly identify 17 auras. Thanks for your help. I feel enlightened. You're adorable. Yes, well, yeah, I don't think it's stuff that anyone else is talking about. Yeah, Wei Qi auras. I mean, Wei Qi energy is a standard traditional Chinese medicine thing that a lot of practitioners know about. Apparently not all, but my practitioners like, how would they not know? So Wei Qi energy is a protective, like sort of self-defense energy, that a type of qi, the Wei Qi, W-E-I qi, is something that we have, and it's a protective energy. But the angels showed me that there are 15 auras that are Wei Qi auras that you have as an eternal soul. So you can search Janet Wright Wei Qi auras, and that's the video. It's like 45 minutes, and I introduce them and we talk about them, and it's fun. So Janet Wright Wei Qi auras. But yeah, but then we just repair them all. Yeah, most people don't even talk about the fact that you have 2 regular auras. I mean, they totally ignore the aura, which is like mind-blowing. I think it's because people don't see energy. Like the people that are teaching everybody don't actually see. And so they don't see that people are like missing giant parts of their aura, is my theory. So yeah, good. I'm glad you found me. Okay, thank you. I will work on the basics before doing the fine tuning. Yes, you can do it. It's gonna feel better, I promise. My husband is often really not present on Saturday mornings. It seems like a pattern. I get bothered by it. Any advice? Well, what it is his mom jumps into his space. If his mom is in heaven, then his mom is not the one still doing it. It could be like a sister or something, but yeah, somebody jumps into his space every Saturday morning. Maybe she's like, call me, or whatever. I don't know why. Maybe her husband is ignoring her at the moment, so she's like, I'll bother my kids on a spirit level. But whatever, yeah, somebody's in his space, so then he's super cranky in the morning. You can just say, angels, can you please give my husband a healing? You know, like just say that, like the first thing you wake up in the morning. You know? You could do that resolve conflict boundary issues video with him on like Friday, you know, like just that process in the video. So then he's working with his angels more, because the more he works with his angels, the more he'll work with his angels on Saturday morning. So then he'll be like, hi, mom, whoosh, and like wash her out of his space. So it's just, yeah, the more he works with his angels, the more he'll have boundaries with whoever that female is. But that's the way it works. Someone's in their space and then they get really cranky and then they're around you and so they're pissed at you. So hope that helps. So that video, if you don't know it, you probably do know it, but Janet, if you search Janet Wright, resolve conflict boundary issues. So it says, visited a family member today who can be draining. I think I did better than in the past. Can you tell me how I'm looking as far as my aura and chakras? Sure, I will quickly, but just so you know, I don't know who you are in real life, which is fine. But you could put your first name and last initial next time. Visit a family member can be draining. You know where they are? They're in the back of your like back center and back right, layers 7, 6, and 5. They're hanging out there. So I would just comb through your aura, like use gold sandstorm, you know, and just comb through the back and right around the inner first and second layers around your hips and your thighs. That's where they are too. So yeah, they couldn't get in as much, anywhere near as much, but they still are a little bit in. So I can see why you're asking about it. Your grounding is pretty awesome. Indie grounding too, though, because they hooked into your grounding. So indie grounding, and you can say hi, go work with your angels, talk to your angels can help you today, and then you'll see them kind of scurry off to work with their angels. But yes, you did better, a lot better. Someone says thank you so much. The explanation really helps and was very validating. We'll definitely try park bench communication. Thank you. You're welcome. And I get pretty emojis. Thank you. Someone says, and they give me their name. Thank you so much. Any update from my angels on how I'm doing? Struggling with lower back issues. Took in a foster pup, taking a bit from my own self-care. Yeah, I would just say you can half listen to meditation videos as you deal with your dog. You know, you don't want to wait till like this peaceful nirvana moment that never comes. Just half listen and do stuff as you're feeding your pets or whatever. But yeah, generally when your lower back hurts the most, the back of your grounding is too blocked. And so then the back of your aura is not releasing properly. So then it all gets all stuck back here in your behind, even 4, 3, 2, 1. It all sort of gets stuck hard because the back of your grounding is too blocked. Sometimes you even have aura damage that you're not noticing. But other times your aura is whole, but it's just your grounding gets blocked up in the back. And so then all this blocks up. And so that hardness, that lack of flow is what you're experiencing as physical discomfort. So aura repair sometimes is the issue. Other times it's just the back of your grounding and the back of 4, 3, 2, 1 layers needs more flow. But I mean, you're moving forward on your path. You're making progress. So, I mean, in that sense, you're doing fine. You seem to be happy with, you seem to kind of be like on a roll, it looks like. Someone says, oh, okay, yes, thank you so much. Someone says, hi, Janet, you look great. Thanks for everything you're doing. Yeah, it's good lighting. That's what that is. Do you have a video about energy field protection? Well, I would say for you, it's just aura repair. You need aura repair. Sometimes your aura, I don't know, do you repair your aura regularly? Because it seems like it'll just get worse for like 5 days and then you repair it. And then it'll get worse for like 3 days and then you repair it. So I would say if you're not repairing your aura every day, I would encourage it. If you've already done that gold buffer zones video, so you know about making the gold buffers real fast, then do one of the short videos. Like if you search Janet Wright aura repair grounding, you'll find like a 10-minute one where I'm outside, or you could use, search Janet Wright 17 auras, the number 17 auras, and, heal all 17. But yeah, I say it's not protection that you need, it's repair, aura repair, and repair of the Wei Qi auras too, just to make it all stronger. If you have somebody like specific who's throwing energy at you, then you could help them to chill out, but I don't think that's the problem. I think you're just not repairing your aura. Best of everything with your chemo treatments. In there, this is so beneficial. Oh, people are, yeah, try not to directly address other people. You could say, angels, please bless that person, but don't comment. But it's just sometimes people are very private and they don't want strangers directly addressing them. And I want to encourage even more private people to be a part of this experience. So try not to directly address people, except me. Hi, Janet, thank you. What's the technique I can use to keep myself in alignment with my DF self? Don't know what DF is, so I'm going to skip that. Thank you, blah, blah, blah. Thank you so much. Thanks. Fastest way to heal in Minecraft. Yeah, I think you're trolling me, but that's okay. Um, Someone says, thanks, Janet. We'll do the conflict resolution. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. So, let's end on that note. Well, not on the Minecraft stuff, but on the, I hope you guys have a good, chilled out transition into the new year. And if you want to be on my news email list, but you're not on it, you can email me, Janet at janetwrightreadings.com. I will be posting the healing themes, like I said, and the dates for the group healings through all of next year on my website before the end of this year. Right now, themes and dates through March are already posted on my website, janetwrightreadings.com. Sessions menu, pay here is where all the useful information is. Everyone's saying Merry Christmas. I don't celebrate Christmas, but thank you for the intention. I don't celebrate any like major holidays. New Year's I like though, because the thing is like a lot of people have this positive sense of, you know, positive change and stuff for the new year. Like even mainstream people, they're like, oh, the new year, yay, confetti and everything. So there's just this sense of positive, like I want to change this, like New Year's resolutions. And so because the masses are thinking about change and thinking about positivity, there is actually a real nice ambient uplifting energy like every January. And so I like that quite a bit. It's much better than the usual, you know, oh, I hate my job, I hate my life, you know, kind of stuff that a lot of people generate. So that I definitely enjoy quite a bit. But major holidays, I ignore all of them. I mean, I'm aware of them, but I don't celebrate them personally. But anyway, you guys are awesome. Thanks for all the well wishes. I do appreciate it. You guys are awesome.